I got some food in my stomach and I feel good now.
Feeling a wee bit better.
Oh, feeling more than a wee. Oh, I hit the wrong button. No! No, so everyone's doing squat lore, and here we are doing Worlds of the Imperium.
Oh. Squats are gone. They got eaten by the Nids. Didn't you say that the Leagues of Votan, they're all clones?
Oh my god, the lore of them is hilarious. Yeah, every single one of them is a clone. But the thing is, though, they have such a wide data bank of all this damn DNA they can choose from that each and every single one is different. Well, that's what I call foreshadowing, because I plan on doing a League of Votan lore video.
Ooh.
But fortunately, Bob can't be here today, so I had to fall to my backup plan that I was actually preparing. If anybody is looking at the name right now, Worlds of the Imperium, that should give a slight hint about what we're talking about. Perfect chance for you to paint terrain, Kyle, and have it be perfect.
Yeah, fuck you.
Never again?
Yeah, no. Oh, I hate terrain.
Gotta get some sacred oils.
Good news is I got way too much on my plate to worry about terrain. Oof.
Major oof over that one now.
I just saw the meme that popped up.
You might have to get rid of that one.
Well,
And
too
here
late.
we see a high-ranking Magos of the Feudal World soaking his mechadendrats in holy oils. The holiest of oils. Guys.
I love that one.
I had a couple new ones today while I was looking around on there.
There's a choosing. Contribute to the cult's totem.
That's for when I'm playing Cult of the Lamb.
Oh, you put oh, there it is. There's choose next week's topic. All at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, pay 100,000. You get to choose. You get to choose what we talk about. Allow a couple of things. You mechanical hiss.
Alrighty. It is time. I don't know why this is here. This is not supposed to be here. Hello and welcome, everyone, to the Art of Lore show, where me, your Pharaon artist, Kyle, will attempt to try to paint something for you guys, and fail horribly, most likely. Well, Alan and that other guy
Redacted.
explain lore. He's redacted right now because he can't make it today. So there will be no Codas here.
As a lot of you probably know, that we do this as a hobby. This isn't our full-time job. Sometimes life gets in the way, unfortunately, and life got in the way of Bob this time. He got called into work.
Yeah, last time I couldn't make it, so there's no show. This time Bob is not making it, but we can still make a show. We'll go back to our roots. Just me and the Magos. All right.
Let's not talk about the times before. All those old episodes.
Don't watch the pilot, for the love of God. Don't do it.
No, don't do it.
All right. So, Magos, what do you have for us today?
Well, first off, I'm gonna say what the hell is that? And in the center, is that a broken statue?
So, as a commemorative thing of being stupid and paying for Warhammer TV Plus for a year, I got a free commemorative mini that they send you, and I decided to go with the assassin in the statue. So eventually he will be going through like so when I put it all together. And it took a while, but it finally came, and I've had it for a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? I should probably do this for one of the episodes. So here I am, painting this guy.
And now we got all the hate because you watched Warhammer Plus.
Yeah, I got the Warhammer Plus. So I'm going to start with the statue bit first, and then I'll work my way to the assassin, like, in between, because I kind of got to, like, do it in parts. I'm cheating.
Well, anyways, also, we forgot to do this part. Kyle, how was your week?
Oh, yes, week. My week was fine, I suppose. I mean, hockey season's starting up, so I'm getting excited there. Big hockey fan. I play hockey. I got conned into a subscription service so I could watch hockey. All the fun stuff.
Oh, and then also, you finally got me to play hockey again.
Oh yeah. Got the Magos out there to play hockey. His once a year fun. And how well did you enjoy that?
Oh, I was dead in the second period.
Oh yeah, you were done.
Oh yeah, I made it to the entire hour and a half. Although I died. Also, took a really good fucking slap shot in my wrist. Like, it completely fucking missed my my glove, and my wrist is still swollen.
Yeah, it'll do that for a while.
Yeah, I had a good ass bruise, but yeah, that was fun. Well, yeah, that was the only thing that happened for me this week too. It was a very uneventful week.
Yeah, for once it was kind of nice to have an uneventful week.
Well, very nice. But anyways, let's go on to this topic. Today we are going to talk about the worlds of the Imperium. Granted, I do not have a script, so I'm literally just doing this off the seat of my pants. If I ramble on about things that do not like contribute to the topic, which then again we always fucking do anyways, that is mostly why also. But let's get down to it. Down to the brass tacks. So, Worlds of the Imperium. This is going to be a very, very long topic. Probably might have to do a couple parts to this, because there is a lot to talk about when it comes to this. Because the Imperium is known as a empire that controls 8 million worlds. There is a many amount of worlds that are also classified to this. There are savage worlds, resource worlds, civilized worlds, dead worlds, death worlds, mining worlds, agri worlds. There's so fucking many. But I'm going to talk about first is the resource worlds. Resource worlds are worlds that usually contribute at least one thing to the Imperium, be they materials or food, fuel, anything. And when I talk about a resource world, they can also don't contribute just one thing. Majority of times they do, but sometimes they produce a couple of things. Like in one book I'm reading called Hive World book series. Read it; it's hilarious. There is actually a world named Viridia that is actually a agri world, but also a mining world too. So there are many that do a couple different things.
I'm assuming to be part of the Imperium, like, you definitely gotta, like, give them something.
Oh yes. Thank you for stopping me. I also want to talk about tithes. Tithes are
a what?
What can I say? Tithes?
A tithe?
A tithe, yes.
What the fuck's
it's
that?
It's actually a It's a Latin word. It pretty much means tax.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple different types different types of tithes. So there some like depending on what the world produces. Give me 1 second. I'm dying.
Uh-oh.
I'm dying.
It's been passed down.
Sacred oil. I starved on a bunch of food before I did this. I apologize. Okay, but their tithe really depends on what that world produces. Say like an agri world. First off, their first tithe is going to be very obvious. They produce food. So there's going to be they're going to have that tithe at least like 75% of the food gets taken out and into a tithe. But then there's also another tithe onto it called the guard tithe. Depending on the population of your world, a certain majority of your people are going to be taken away into the Imperial Guard.
You
pretty much get conscripted. Majority of the time, it's really not like, say, like they just walk into a goddamn factory, grab a guy, shove him into a fucking truck, and send him away. No, that's not what happens. You actually have to, they tithe the PDF. The PDF is what's known as the Planetary Defense Force. They're pretty much like your National Guard. The first thing is taken up is the cream of the cream. They're the best. Like those who do the best in all the training, they get taken up into the guard. Then if they didn't meet their quota, then they just take off like the middle grade all the way down to the lower grade, and then if they really can't fucking meet the quota, then they're gonna take you out of the factory and shove you into a truck. A lot of times though, they don't want to do that because if the Minotaurum, which is the Administratum, the government pretty much, sees that your guard are lower grade than usual and you are the governor, you will get fucking executed.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you will be kicked out of office because they do not believe you are doing a good enough job, and you will be taken off, shot, and then they'll put someone else on your throne.
All right.
Yeah, so meet those quotas, guys.
Extreme negotiations, goddamn.
Yeah, you have to meet your quota. Hang on, I got a kitty in my room. Yes, hi kitty.
Got the cat.
Sorry about that. But yeah, that's really the quick thing on tithes. I will also tell you what worlds will be tithed, obviously. So the first world I do want to talk about is very obvious, the most important of all. I mean, every world, this is your most important one, the one you defend with your fucking life. That is the agri world. Because food, yes. There's actually a good story I want to talk about. There's another world I'm going to talk about eventually called the Hive World. Oh, actually, no, I should probably talk about that first now. Think about it. Hives. There's another topic I do want to spend. I could talk about an hour about this too. The little quick thing. Hive Worlds. So a hive is pretty much this. Imagine New York City. Okay? How many people are in New York City? A couple million, right?
There's a lot of New York City. It's Peck Island.
Okay.
Like Manhattan area you're talking about?
Take the entire population of the Earth and shove it in New York City. And instead of building out, you build up. Yes. Literally,
right.
it is literally a city that can hold upwards of a couple million to a few billion to upwards of a couple trillion people in one city.
A trillion people in one fucking city?
They usually carry. I think the bigger hives can carry upwards of 5 trillion people. Yes, I am not joking. There are some hive worlds, hive cities that are so big, they're actually their spires. Because I'll have to look up a picture of it. The spires are because usually it's like a spires going up. Their spires pierce the fucking clouds.
Goddamn. And let me guess, only the best live on the top.
Yes, because that's actually where all the clean air is. Because if you have a hive world, you're probably polluting the world and destroying the ecosystem.
Sounds about right.
It's not uncommon for radioactive wastelands to surround a hive city and slowly expanding, depending on how long it's been. So, but that is a quick gist of the Hive. But Hive Worlds are pretty much worlds that have at least like 2 to 5 Hive cities on it. But say like your Hive city is sitting there, and they don't produce. Obviously, it's an industrial wasteland. They don't produce a lot of food, so not a lot of time. A lot of times in a system, they'll have like a agri world, and this whole thing is it just ships food into this into the city, in the Hive city. There was a story about a chaos raiding fleet that heard about this governor. He said he was boasting that he's like, my planet is the safest in the entire Imperium. I got orbital platforms that can destroy battleships. I got a couple million guardsmen on my times. I have billions of PDF ready to stand and fight for their world. I got tanks that can blot out the ground, aircraft that can blot out the sun. Any raiding force is going to meet here and be annihilated for the Emperor.
Why would you even say anything like that?
So this Iron Warrior looked at this guy and said, bet.
Iron Warrior, oh god.
You want to know what he did? He completely ignored the High City and went and took the Agri World. Because, guess what? Hungry people riot.
Yeah, they'll fight for him.
Oh yeah, he took this Agri World and just sat and watched. After a few years, the planet was in civil war. People killing each other, eating each other, because there's probably at least I'm pretty sure there was at least 50 trillion people on that planet. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of food they need. And they just rioted. Yep, and they just rioted, killed each other, and then he just went in there without a single shot fired and enslaved everybody. So, usually when I say Agri World, this is what I want you to think about. They will actually go to this planet 9 times out of 10 and will flatten it. They'll have the death mechanicus come by, cut off until it's like nothing but a plane as far as the eye can see. Take all the dirt that they took to flatten the world and fill in the seas till it's one gigantic fucking planet, one gigantic plane going from side to side.
They literally just make a gigantic farm plot.
Yes, and then they will go in there and they will just sprinkle one different type of plant as far as the eye can see and have gigantic fields of it so that you can see from space.
Jesus.
And then the atmosphere will actually be unsurvivable to anybody because there is literally fertilizer that is so dense you have to wear a rebreather to be on the planet. They'll have probably about 1 million people in orbital platforms that they'll go down onto the planet, harvest everything, reseed, go back up, and then they'll wait for the next season. And it'll be like that all the way across the planet. You just see ships go down like locusts, harvest everything, and go back up.
Jesus.
That's some Agri Worlds. There are other Agri Worlds. Even dead planets that are nothing but a rock can actually be Agri Worlds. What they'll do is
rock?
Mushrooms.
Oh, okay, I suppose.
They'll make gigantic. They'll go into the natural tunnels, or maybe they even make their own tunnels and grow mushrooms. Even sea planets can be Agri Worlds. You'll see you'll see fisheries all around, harvesting every type of fish they possibly can. Some planets are nothing but gigantic game preserves, where they kill every local predator and just throw in a bunch of groks. Got to have them good old groks burgers. Anything can be an Agri World. Even technically, like ice worlds can be Agri Worlds. They are classified as Agri Worlds because what's another thing that you think a hive city would need other than food?
Well, water.
Exactly. A lot of the planet, since it's an industrial wasteland, a lot of the water will be polluted. So they'll actually ship in water a lot of times into the planets also.
Makes sense.
There are tons of different types of Agri Worlds that can technically be part of it. And Agri Worlds, obviously, their main type is that type of resource, water or food. But they are actually very lightly taxed for the planetary guard into as the Imperial Guard. Probably a couple 100,000 at most. The next type of world I want to talk about is the mining world. Self-explanatory what they're pretty much is. But when I say mining world, it's a very loose thing. Also, there are actually some planets where it's literally just planet-side fucking strip mines. Literally, they are carving this world to the core, grabbing every little piece of resource they can out of it. Steel, ceramite, adamantium, whatever they can, they're going to harvest it and send it off. But also, it can also talk about asteroid belts. Sometimes there could just be like a fucking dead planet surrounded by asteroids, and they harvest the asteroids instead of actually the planet itself. Because a lot of times, asteroids are actually a little bit more mineral rich than planets and easier to get. It's easier to crack an asteroid than it's a planet.
Especially when you get all these space technologies.
Oh, exactly. Like, remember that planet I was talking about in the beginning, Viridia? It is a agri-world, not to the point like I was talking about before. It's a little bit of a minor one. Since it's really tropical, they produce a lot of like fruit that. But they also had a lot of mineral-rich asteroids. So that's why they were also like they said, like I think on the thing they said 70% of the population is actually in orbit instead of on the planet itself, harvesting all those resources. Because it's a lot easier, it's a lot harder to mine an asteroid than to go to a tree and pick a banana. And then there's very obvious they are tithed in mineral resources, and they're also very lightly tithed for the Imperial Guard. Same thing as an agri world, probably a couple 100,000 at most. Because the agri world and the mineral have very low populations compared to other worlds. Now here's another one I'm pretty sure not a lot of people actually know about. The Feudal World. So Feudal Worlds have actually a technological progress of around like the Iron Age. Like the medieval era, like how we are right now, like how we were before.
So when you say feudal, you really mean like knights in armor feudal?
Yes, knights in armor feudal.
Really?
Because there's actually two reasons why there are feudal worlds. One is because the Imperium actually said no, you cannot have technology. They want to keep the people dumb, ignorant, and pacified as much as possible. The other one is they actually reject technology itself. Those ones are usually the night worlds, which I'll talk about more about those later. Because a lot of night worlds are actually feudal worlds. So they literally, their main tithe is really just agricultural resources. Also, so they're a mini agri world. But where other agri worlds produce a lot of like industrial food crops, they produce a lot of like fresh fruits and vegetables. A lot of times it's bought up. A lot of times it's given to the nobility. Sorry, but your average hive worker, he ain't getting no goddamn apples and fucking fresh fruit and vegetables. Nah, he's eating whatever slop is left.
You get whatever pig don't finish.
Oh, sorry, my nose got stuffy. Fuck, I'm dying still. But yeah, they're producing, and also a lot of like really easy mineable resources. Very little bit amount of mineral resources gets sent out because it's a lot harder to mine with a pickaxe than a fucking plasma drill. So, and also they are also tithed not also by just the Imperial Guard and also the Ministorum. A lot of times, a lot of the Ministorum, like their bureaucrats, 9 times out of 10 they're actually taken from feudal worlds. They're actually more educated than a hive worker 9 times out of 10, which is very weird.
A feudal guy?
Yeah, because so think about this: a hive factory worker, he is literally just a cog in the machine. He is there just to push a button to make things work.
Yeah.
Or tighten bolt. Do this for 12 hours a day. Not a lot of time for schooling and learning when it comes to them. Feudal world though, citizens, they know the seasons. They know basic math because they gotta count. When they gotta count how much shit they harvested. They know how to they know like even some basic science. They know that more than other people. They are more educated than a basic hive worlder. That classifies that as more educated. So the Ministorum will actually take a good chunk of them and put them in the work. And also, they're some of the most loyal to defend their world. A lot of them don't even know the Imperium very much. They usually think of it as like a overseer, or they even think it's a story, and that the God Emperor is just their god, and it's a long fabled tale about this. Also, when they get picked up in the Imperial Guard, there is actually a lot of fucking stellar shock, social shock.
I can imagine.
A small amount of them even go mad. Because think about this, Kyle. You were a basic farmhand. Your entire life has been going to wait for the season, harvest the wheat, take it to the barn,
go out,
repeat.
Milk Bessie, go get the bull. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna lay down some corn and some wheat. We're gonna wait for that to come. We're gonna get the old harvester. Gonna hook it up to the good old Jebediah, the good old donkey there. Go on and get that harvester going. And all of a sudden, this man in a goddamn spaceship come and put a goddamn laser gun in my hand. I'm out here shooting gigantic spiders the size of goddamn cattle. Whoa, shit! Oh. Yeah, I can see how you'd go nuts.
Oh God! Oh, someone clip that! Clip that! Oh, we're just going to clip that.
That's.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, your husband all of a sudden get picked, the fucking 9-foot tall man picks you up, throws you in a spaceship, sends you out of space, says, "Here is gun. Shoot that goddamn alien the size of your fucking cow that just ate goddamn Billy next to you." All of a sudden, Jebediah next to you gets shot with a goddamn bug coated in acid that's now eating it from the inside out. Yeah. Sometimes they go mad and just become a vegetable. Oh man. Okay, where the fuck was I? Oh, okay. Oh, so I forgot about one thing too. About when it comes to mining worlds, I forgot one other thing. Sometimes mining worlds, there's also another resource that every American themselves will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's called Promethium. Well, then again, you're probably
That there be the space oil.
It is literally oil. Oh, so yeah, Promethium can actually be mined. There's two different types of Promethium that can be harvested. Sometimes it's actually a fucking oil. It is literally a guys are shooting out from the world, and then they literally just put a fucking pump jack to it and then suck it out and put it in barrels and send it out. Sometimes it's also a fucking rock. Yes,
It's a rock.
It's a rock. Technically, the best way to think about it is, shale rock?
Yeah.
It's shale rock, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah. So they take that and then they will then refurbish it into Promethium. Another, again, Kaivis Kane himself went into a mining world, which was literally one Promethium refinery. It's all it was. But it was so fucking valuable to them, Promethium is, that they literally sent 2 guard regiments to defend it from Orcs. One single refinery. It is literally, they say, the driving force that helps to keep the Imperium alive. Because Promethium is used for anything like flamers. Kyle, you know about this.
Yes.
It's even fuel for cars. It's even fuel for fucking spaceships. Yeah, so it's very coveted by all sides, even the Orcs themselves. They will attack a fucking a Prometheus refinery because it's the go-go juice. So, now I want to talk about Hive Worlds. These things are fucking massive. Hive Worlds can hold, are pretty much worlds that can hold 2 to 5, sometimes even 20 hive cities. And they produce one thing. I want you to guess what that is, Kyle. Well, actually, no, they produce many things, but there's one thing
Hives
that the
of
Imperium,
the Hive City?
Yeah, there's one thing the Imperium needs about the Imperium need, well, the third most important thing the Imperium needs, and they go through this very fucking much.
Troopers.
People. It is the best way to think about Hive City is a people farm.
Yeah, they need that manpower.
Like I said before, Hive Cities can hold anywhere from a couple million to a couple trillion people. And oh boy, they are fucking massive. Here, they are fucking massive. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of this for you guys.
Put that there in the Discord for y'all.
So Hive Cities aren't also just people farms. They also make they also have a lot of manufactoriums in there. So they produce a lot of other things too, like like basic material goods. So because if you got a lot of people in there and they're also making a shit ton of stuff, might as well also get some other things out of it while you can. Yeah. Here we go. And when I say they're massive, I mean they're fucking massive. They don't just go up; they also go down. There is also fucking miles upon miles upon miles what's called the Undercity. And they're a lot of times even the fucking even the Adeptus Arbites, which is pretty much imagine Judge Dredd, don't go in there. It is a lawless area of nothing but fucking like just hive gangers and all the scum of society. So here I shameless plug for the Discord. Put in the Discord a Hive City. First, this is like the basic layout. And then here I also put a typical Hive City. Just take a quick look at that, Cal.
You got your two cities in there?
Yeah. I got the layout one, and then I also got the fucking the basic size of a Hive City.
Jesus Christ, that fucking looks massive.
Oh yeah.
It's like this ever building like fucking pyramid.
And also the reason why that's a little fun fact. The reason why there's also a Hive City underneath is because most of these Hive Cities have been around since the Dark Age of technology.
They just keep building up, I take it.
Yes. So at the very bottom is like the very bottom of the city, which a lot of people don't even know what the fuck it is.
They call that the Underhive?
Yeah, the Underhive, the Undercity.
Undercity, yeah.
Yeah. So at the very bottom is usually like when the people first settled. They like the pre-Dark Age technology like buildings and that. They just kept building up and up and up and up, and eventually as time went on, they started getting buried by fucking dirt, trash, industrial waste. Yeah, so these are probably a couple probably a couple 100,000 years of just building up constantly. And these are also very valuable because it's very hard to build a hive city because it just takes time eventually to build it. So the Imperium will actually fight tooth and nail to protect a hive city. And also, there's a lot of resources in there, and also there's a lot of technology too.
That's a lot of infrastructure.
Oh yeah, Desert Mechanicus have been known to actually send expeditions to the bottom of hive cities to try and find Dark Age technology relics, including the most important thing, STCs.
Well, you said, Dark Age of technology, they've been around. I can imagine some of that stuff being there they want.
Oh, I forgot to talk about this. So STCs, also known as Standard Template Constructs. These things are pretty much like the short version are blueprints for certain things. One of the most well-known, everyone probably knows about this, the Lehman Russ tank was actually found by the Space Wolves as an STC fragment given to the Mechanicus, and then they built the tank out of it. Yeah.
So thank the furries for your tank guard.
Another good story. Two guardsmen found an STC fragment that gave the Astartes their knife. Each one was given a world to do whatever the fuck they want with. Yeah. Here's a sharpened knife. It's a template for a sharp knife. Okay, here's a world. Go have fun. Do whatever you want with it. This is a thank you.
Yeah, you did a good job, guys. Have a world. Jesus Christ. A lonely guardsman.
Yeah, a lonely guardsman. They became governors of their own fucking world. They became nobility.
Until they didn't know what they were doing and they were shot, and Billy Dunn took over to create the corn.
Fucking much. Oh. So that's a lot of the basic resource worlds, and that was literally fucking almost 40 minutes of just going over resource world, and I didn't even go into a lot of detail about them.
Oh, holy shit! It is almost been 40 minutes. God damn.
Yeah, there's also a good other chunk of worlds I could talk about. Actually, I'm not even done talking about resource world. What the fuck am I talking about? There are also a couple other ones I need to talk about. Fuck me. Again, not a script. I'm literally just rambling on this one. Another world I want to talk about is the industrial worlds. So industrial worlds are also sometimes even counted as hive cities. And the big majority of those industrial worlds are forge worlds. They're also technically no, actually no, technically no. Scratch that. So industrial worlds are pretty much worlds that they produce get a lot of like basic materials, home goods, luxury goods. They produce the like your ground cars, which are basically just fucking cars. Sometimes even air cars, which are think about Cyberpunk 2077, those AV cars. That's an air car.
Okay.
They don't produce like very much military goods. They're like I said, like home goods. They produce fucking toasters, which are bought up by the Mechanicus. No one knows why.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, don't say anything about it. So microwaves, like just like your basic goods. And actually, a lot of times too, these industrial worlds and even some agri worlds too are actually think how we live right now.
Yeah.
A lot of times, industrial worlds and agri worlds look like this. No, they're not like fucking horrible places to live. You're just a cog in the machine. So technically, some people will say we are, but that's a topic I don't even want to fucking talk about. I don't even know why I brought it up. I'm just gonna shove that to the side with a fucking 9-foot pole.
I'm gonna change my mind right about now.
Now, I regret what I just said. That's fuck, never mind.
Yeah, we just gonna cancel that. Never mind. Try again.
Restart. But yeah, they're like they live like a sort of like a life we live now. That's the best way I could describe it.
They're like 21st century era kind of like.
Yeah, or like 21st century information age, Not like fucking dystopia, not feudal world, like 21st century technology. Just add a little bit more aerodromes and fucking.
Not going out to rescue the princess from the dragon.
No, it's more or less, work a 9 to 5. Work 9 to 5. I wake up at fucking 10. I wake up at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. Go to work until fucking 7 o'clock. Go home, kiss my wife high, and watch TV. And see some poor horrible slob being tortured by cut makers. No,
oh boy, that's not good.
Yeah, that's just your basic life. That's actually what a lot of industrial worlds and some even agri worlds have a couple things like that. That's sometimes how it goes. So, and then now I want to talk about not my favorite, the Forge World. Forge Worlds are 9 times out of 10 run by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Well, actually 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10 run by the Adeptus Mechanicus. These Forge Worlds, they are your main industrial powerhouse. But most of the times what they build are weapons of war. They're the ones that build your plasma guns, your Astartes bolters, your las guns, power packs, fucking your salamanders, your chimeras, their Bane blades. I had to do it.
Bane blade.
They even sometimes build fucking titans. There are Titan Forge World. Oh, I love my Titan. But these are what they built. And they, like I said before, they are run by the Adeptus Mechanicus. And their workforce are also servitors and what are known as pretty much, this is going to be a very bad word, I apologize, slaves. They're also known as, sometimes they're also called like worker clans. But 9 out of 10 they are servitors going out, lobotomized people. They don't have their brains scrambled and replaced.
Yeah, they don't need it.
Yeah, they don't need it. They're just flesh bags. They have no knowledge. They're not worth anything. But that's what. They produce, like I said, fucking everything. everything needed for war is mostly produced in the Force World, and they are mainly tithed, not entirely actually, because they are run by the Adeptus Mechanicus. They're mostly disjointed from the government, but they give their resources
Yeah, because
to
the
the war effort.
Mechanicus like works with the Imperium, but the Imperium doesn't like own the Mechanicus or lead them or
Yeah,
anything. They're their own entity.
because before they were allied. They were allied with the Emperor, but now they are a part of the Adeptus Mechanicus. But they are mostly their own disjointed part. They have their own form of government, their own military, everything. So they are loosely controlled. The best way to think about them is they're thinking of them like, oh, best way to think about them, they're a vassal. They're a vassal of the Imperium. They're under the Imperium's protection, and in return of that protection, they give weapons of war.
Yeah.
Best way to think about it. So that's technically they're technically tithe. It's confusing to think about, but the best way to think about it, yeah, it's technically a tithe. A tax for protection.
God damn it.
Hey, I know it's very fucking confusing, and I apologize.
Besides that point, I was just sitting thinking about it to our conversation earlier. I technically am painting terrain.
Ha!
Fuck.
What do you think about it?
All right, continue.
All right, so I'm just trying to think. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's actually all the resource worlds, and it's a very like skim of the surface resource worlds. All the worlds I want to talk about is none of the worlds I talk about is known as a savage world. Savage worlds. These worlds, oh boy, they're also known as feral worlds. There are a couple different types of feral worlds. First one I want to talk about is the savage world. Okay, have you ever? You're old, Kyle. You seen Mad Max?
Thanks.
The old Mad Max.
You talking about
Am
the
I wrong,
old
though?
school or the remake?
Old school.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, then you know exactly what a savage world is.
Perfect.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, it's literally a fucking just a wasteland, and people are driving around fucking in cars as bandits and just destroy and kill everything. They're literally what they do. There's bandit clans roaming around fighting for territory and scraps. No form of government, no form of anything. It is literally survival of the fittest. A lot of times they're actually the Imperium more or less just sits there and watch and goes, I don't know how to fucking fix this. I'm not going to.
Just let him go. Just let him have it.
It's a waste of resources to even attempt to fucking turn anything of this world. So yeah, they actually though there's actually only one group that will actually sit there and watch and then take the promising aspects. I want you to guess who you think it is, Kyle.
Oh, you talking like for like Space Marines? Well, actually, it's like, oh yeah, this guy actually survived. Let's take him on.
Yes, Space Marines. Although some Space Marines will actually recruit from Savage, Feral, all these type of worlds I'm about to talk about. They will take the most promising aspects, take them up, and turn them into Space Marines. And then one of those again, it's a Savage world where of fucking Mad Max. Another one is a Feral world. These Feral worlds. There are several different types. I want to talk about a few. I'm going to talk really about a couple of them. One Feral world is actually no, really.
Fenrir?
It's all the same thing. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Bob? There he is.
Wait, what?
Bob's in the chat. He said hi, guys.
Oh, Bobo. This Dakota's here.
He's here in the chat. So, another thing, another Ow, my ears. Oh, that's how it's going. Yeah, fair. So, Feral Worlds, I'm going to retract with they're technically all the same thing. There are worlds that have actually like regressed so far in technology that they're just living as Native Americans, pretty much. There are just they're just tribes going around the world. Sometimes they're in like the fucking monkey stage where they're like there's literally nothing. It's just group of clans naked going around with rocks killing people. Other times they're actually running around in like nomad camps of Native Americans, setting up tents and hunting and gathering what they need. They also don't really know anything about the Imperium. Also, like the Savage Worlds and all that, Feudal Worlds. There's like probably some tales of the time that people went to the stars with their one god and conquered the galaxy. Sometimes there's some of that going around, but they don't really give anything to the Imperium at all, other than Space Marines sometimes taking up the best of them to be promoted to Space Marines. And next one I want to talk about is some of you might know this if you know some lore about the Imperial Death Worlds.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Worlds.
Death Worlds.
One of our favorite.
Yeah, there are a couple I want to point out. Krieg.
Yes.
That is a Death World. Catachin.
Yes, my other favorite one.
That is a Death World. Valhalla. You know that one.
It sounds familiar.
It is the homeworld of the Space Wolves. That is also a Death World.
I thought that was Fenrir.
Oh, Fenrir? Oh, no. Valhalla is a different world. Fenrir also. No, Valhalla is another world I was talking about. That technically, it's almost the same exact thing as Fenrir, slightly warmer.
Oh, okay.
But those two are all Death Worlds. A Death World is a planet that is almost inhospitable to human life, either from nuclear radiation, extreme temperatures, or everything in its mother wants to kill you.
Like Catachin.
Yes, like Catachin. These are the worlds where human life should not be possible, but somehow the people have somehow fucking made it because the human race is cockroaches. Infants, there it is. Infant. The human race are cockroaches and refuse to die. So Krieg is Death World, as I told you before, because they literally nuke themselves into a nuclear winter that is never ending. The world, the surface of the world is literally so radiated you will fucking die.
That's what we're about to look like when World War III starts.
Another can of worms we shouldn't talk about.
We're all gonna become Kriegers.
Yeah, I'll get my shovel. There you go, Kyle. I say all chat. It's an awful lot like heresy. Catachin is a Death World because everything in its mother wants to kill you. There's actually literally a thing called a Catachin Devil. Imagine okay, those of you who don't know, and Bow's about to start about the stream again. Imagine a scorpion mixed with a centipede, the size of a train. It is literally the size of a centipede with all the legs, and has a scorpion tail and pincers, and the size of a fucking train.
Size of a goddamn motherfucking train.
Yes. Goddamn, I can't say how terrifying that sounds. I'm gonna find a picture of it for you guys. Don't worry, guys. I will give you nightmare fuel.
Just imagine you're out in your little village, whatever, cooking up something, and all of a sudden you hear chugga chugga whoop whoop, and here comes a fucking centipede scorpion.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I found a beautiful picture for everybody. Oh god, this thing is terrifying. Save pictures. There we go. Pictures. Save pictures. Yeah, save. There we go. Here's nightmare fuel for you guys. Shameless plug for our Discord. Oh, where the fuck did it go? I had it. I had it and it's gone.
Oh,
And it's gone.
you're failing us.
Oh, there it is. Found it. There, Kyle. There you go. There's the one nightmare. Oh, yeah, in front and left. That's the second deadliest thing there. You want to know the deadliest thing there? Yeah, you want to know what's the most deadliest thing there?
What's that?
The fucking catchers themselves. You forget. There's one thing that the Catachins have made. It's called Slime Marbo.
Oh god, Slime Marbo.
Oh no! He found the fucking toad. I forgot the barking toad.
The barking toad?
Yeah, there's a thing called a barking toad. It is a toad that, when disturbed, kamikazes itself. It explodes, and in a fucking 5-kilometer radius, everything will die.
Jesus Christ! I'm a fucking frog?
Yes, and that's only the small ones. The bigger ones, they're the size of a fucking cow. It's almost a fucking mile. In a mile radius, everything will fucking die from its neurotoxin.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and the neurotoxin is so fucking bad. Not even Space Marine power armor will save you.
That's frightening.
It's just instant death. By the way, in the Discord is the Catching Devil if you want to take a look at it.
I saw it. It's fucking scary looking, and that's a fucking train.
Yeah, that's not a fucking train. Yeah, so that's just a few things. Also, there's something called okay. So this one it irks me because those of you who know my pain when it comes to fucking puns in this game, there's actually something called a heretic ant. You wanna know why it's called heretic ant, Kyle?
A heretic ant?
Yes.
Why?
It attacks the soles of your feet.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They say like one bite will have you in the infirmary for a month. 2 bites, you'll be one bite will put you in unimaginable agony for 24 hours. 2 bites will put you in the hospital for a month. 3 bites and you're dead. An ant.
From an ant.
From an ant. Then there's the brain sucker leaf, I think it's what it's called. The brain sucker leaf? I think that's what it's called. I know something. Oh no, the brain leaf. The brain leaf. It's a plant, and what it does is the leaves will suck on the tip of your head, and it will literally drag you to it, and then stick you there, and then suck out. It then sucks out all your fluids, and then drops you where it is, so that your body will then nutriate the soil around. Give nutrients to the soil. God, I can't talk.
Nice.
Everything in this planet will want to kill you.
That's gadget for you.
That's gadget. And then Fenris and in Valhalla, they are what's known as ice worlds. It is literally so fucking cold, we don't know how you live. Imagine the Arctic, turn it down by another 100 degrees, that's an ice world. During the summer.
God damn.
Yeah, it is that bad. Funny enough, Hive Worlds makes a lot of jokes about this.
Our UK listeners love you to death. That's in Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, yes.
Okay.
Fahrenheit.
No.
Fahrenheit, yes. Yeah. What the fuck is a kilometer? I don't even know. I'm just taking from what. I have no idea what the fuck how 5 kilometers is. I'm guessing it's a lot. But yeah, that's in Fahrenheit. But oh fuck, I lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, Kaivis King makes a lot of jokes about how he was with the Valhallans, and they're from an ice world, and he was making jokes that they're in the dead of winter on a night world. They had the door open and had their sleeves rolled up as snow was pouring in from from the door because they were hot.
Because they were hot.
Yes, they were stiflingly hot in there. As he could see his breath, so you could see his breath in the air. They were fucking sweating. Yeah.
I guess if you're attuned.
I mean, I guess, but I'm like, God damn. How the fuck are they this guy? I'm just thinking that they probably because they adapt to it, that their body produces more heat than usual.
The only way I could see it working.
I just wonder how much they fucking eat to keep their body running. Oh god, we're almost at an hour. I'm not even fucking done. Holy shit. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. I think it's all the Death World at the top. Oh, I think Tolerant. You know the Tolerants, the desert fighters.
Yeah.
I think their world is actually also counts the Death World. Fucking planet, a planet of deserts. It's literally a planet of the one gigantic desert.
Just sand.
Yeah, it literally is nothing but sand. And
that's where the Imperium gets all their sand for their hourglasses.
Yeah, I completely forgot about. I was talking about what they type. But yeah, that's also classified as Death World because it's literally a fucking planet of desert. I think at one point it was actually a verdant world. I think it was actually almost an agony world, like a paradise world. Yeah, like I know of like trees as far as the eye can see, full like beautiful fucking desert, beautiful seas. Think of it like the tropics, like Hawaii and all that. That's what this planet was. And then they got into a gigantic fight with the chaos, and the war was so fucking savage it turned the world into a desert.
They got in a fight with chaos.
Yeah, a chaos incursion happened. Also, during the Horus Heresy, or maybe it was during the Horus Heresy it happened. I don't know. Bob put it in chat if he gets a chance. But there was actually also on this planet, fun fact, the biggest tank battle ever in Imperial history. I can't remember exactly what happened. Hang on, let me look up in the. Tyrant was the biggest tank battle in history. One of the biggest battles of the Horus Heresy. It was during the Horus Heresy. The Imperial forces fought for a year on the surface of a planet that had been virus bombed by the Iron Worlds. Okay, that's how it happened. The planet got virus bombed.
And that's what turned into virus bombed. That'll do it.
Yeah, and then it was the Horus forces of Iron Warriors attacked the planet, and literally there was a fucking huge ass tank battle happening. The Horus was losing, so he virus bombed the fucking planet, and only those who were in the sealed hulls of tanks and war machines survived. That's what happened.
Nice. He threw a fit and killed the planet.
Yeah, it wasn't Horus. It was the Iron Warriors.
Fucking children.
Fucking Perturabo.
Fucking man-child.
Okay, so alright, I'm trying to think. Oh, the next one I want to talk about. These are actually people might be a little bit confused about this. Instead of Death World are Dead Worlds. These worlds are worlds that cannot possibly conceive any, which will not surprise you, which a majority of the life living on them are goddamn orcs.
Isn't like a planet that's literally just like it has no atmosphere? It's just floating in space and orcs are on it.
Thank you for the segue. So these worlds could be anything from like bomb life. A lot of them are planets have been exterminated. The best way to think about it.
They've been cracked.
The planets have been fucking. Literally all fucking atmosphere has been wiped. There's pretty much nothing left in this world. There is actually one world that was literally cracked by the goddamn what was the name of them? Oh god, why can't I remember the name of them? Holy shit! They're in a Chaos Gate game.
What are you talking about now?
I can't remember.
The Inquisition?
No, not the Inquisition. The Space Marine version.
Oh, the Grey Knights?
Grey Knights! Oh
Jesus.
my god! My CPU in my brain had a bit of a fart. I got to upgrade from Windows 98.
Oh god.
I could not remember their name.
Windows ME.
Yeah, Windows ME. Oh, that's just fucking blue screen for a second. Oh yeah, the Grey Knights. The Grey Knights actually cracked this world. So literally, it was nothing but a molten core surrounded by the planet itself. There were actually orcs living on it. Living on the pieces of the planet, the orcs made a fucking society on them.
I thought I remember hearing something about that. I'm like, really, orcs?
We could talk about the orcs for fucking hours, and we even touch the surface. The orcs, okay, I got to do a small tangent. The orcs have a goddamn thing called ROK. It can be a goddamn asteroid to almost a fucking planet. You wonder what they use them as for, Kyle?
Ships.
Drop pods.
Oh, drop pods?
Yeah, they take an asteroid, fucking throw as much DACA on it as they can, hollow it out so they can fit a couple fucking probably million boys, and just yeet it at a planet. Literally what they do. Yeah, it works in a couple ways. One, it destroys everything around it, so it clears out the area. Two, you now have a fortress in there if the fucking asteroid doesn't blow up. And three, if a couple orcs die, it's a good laugh. Again,
funny.
I had to talk about that for a second because that's hilarious. That's so fucking hilarious to me. Hey, boss, why don't we hollow out this asteroid and throw a bunch of boys? Sounds like a plan. Do it.
Good idea. Glad I thought of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just the orc in the face. It's my idea now. But that's really a lot of the plans I had thought up and remembered. I mean, if you guys want to talk about, I have a couple more like smaller worlds I could talk about.
Well, keep on going.
Well, okay. I know one for sure I want to talk about is the Night Worlds. So they're an offshoot of the Feudal Worlds. So Night Worlds, based on the name, they're mainly ruled by night houses. So night houses were pretty much founded during the Dark Age technology. Pretty much, they're just feudal worlds of like the fucking knights. Kyle did an episode about them. We did an episode about them. Yeah, the Imperial Knights.
Yep, I made a free blade.
I don't want to talk about Ultra more. Fuck you and your goddamn blueberry orchard. Get 100. Get that 10,000, and we'll do an.
He really wants you to get that blueberry orchard going, huh?
So Night Worlds, what they do is they're pretty much Feudal Worlds run by one night house to a couple night houses. Yeah, sometimes they're actually really even not unified. Funnily enough. But yeah, it's just a Feudal World run by them. A lot of times, even what they'll do is if it's a couple nights on White Houses on one planet, they'll even have think about medieval tournaments. No, fucking jousting with their knights, trying to figure out who's the best. Loser has to cough up a couple villages, sort of thing. It's fun in games to them. Not a lot of losses, and also they love doing it because what it's like boost their prestige and also training purposes. I can't wait till I really want to get some fucking Chaos Knights. Oh boy, that's gonna be my next thing, Kyle. You're gonna paint my Chaos Knights.
I'm gonna paint your Chaos Knight army.
Yes.
Oh god.
I'm gonna have a couple. I'm probably gonna have a couple of them. I want to get the the big one. I think God, I have it right here. There it is. Oh no! Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Found it. This is the old one. This is
the one I got.
Yeah. So I want to get a a Knight Tyrant. Oh, is this the old one? Fuck, where's my new one go?
No, you want this one.
Oh god, where did my 9th edition?
You want this guy? The Knight Abominate.
Yeah, I will say that was the old book. I don't know where my new book is.
This is I'm pretty sure that's the new model that came out because that's going to be a special lore show I have to do for you guys whenever I get to it.
Oh yeah, here it goes. I have the I bought the of the Chaos Knights.
You cut out for a second. What'd you say?
I bought the 9th edition Codex for the Chaos Knights.
Oh, you got the Codex.
Yes. Yeah. The Knight Abominate has a power of 22. The Knight Tyrant has the power of 31.
Oh, okay, so the Tyrant. Okay.
Yeah.
The Abominate, I'm pretty sure is the new one that just came out. So
I think it might be. But
he's the newer model. So I made sure I got him.
Yeah, actually, the Knight Abominate doesn't. The Knight Tyrant is the one that has the. The Knight Abominate has those things is the Volkite Combustor.
Well, I might be able to make multiple things out of this one box. You know how to do that stuff.
Oh Jesus Christ! You got to put the Volkite Combustor on it, Kyle.
I can make the Abominate. I can make the Rampager, or I can make the Desecrator. With this box.
Yes, yeah, so you can
make based on lore. I'm making a Rampager.
Yeah, so you can make a lot of the medium-sized ones. No, the Rampager, yeah, that one's all about the fuck. It has the only goddamn thing it has is a heavy stubber for shot.
Yeah, no, I'm making my Chaos Knight's going to be Corn, and he's going to just have everything to just run in your face and stab you.
Yeah, you gotta put the claws on there, Kyle.
Oh yeah, he's getting claws. And that big fuck off looking chainsword looking thing.
But yeah, the Knight Tyrants are the gigantic ones. You know, the ones that have the 2 cannons on the side, on the shoulders?
Yeah.
That's the Knight Tyrant.
Okay.
Yeah, so massive they loom over other Chaos Knights. Knight Tyrants are walking bastions of corruption. They carry some of the heaviest armaments available to the pilots, delight in unleashing the deadliest potential of these weapons, shrugging off the enemy attacks with ease of contemptuous ease.
Yeah, because the Imperial Knight I created was the Warden.
Yeah, Kyle. So I just want to talk about one thing really quick. Knight Abominate that you're gonna build has a wound of 24. The Knight Tyrant has a wound of 28.
Nice.
Has 2-up save. Fucking 8 strength and 8 toughness. Fucking 4 attacks. LD of fucking 9. Man, I want. That's the first thing I'm gonna buy is a fucking Knight Tyrant. I'm planning on another thing I'm gonna do is eventually make my own Knight house. Another thing I want to do too.
Yeah, I got that all done up too and everything. I'm pretty sure after I complete my Chaos Knight and I get that done, which will be, I think will be the next big piece I'll do on the show, then I will finally do my lore episode where I'll explain the lore of the Freeblade Knight I made and that Knight, that Chaos Knight, because they are tied together in a certain way.
Hey Kyle, next time we do Kill Team, we gotta do that thing you talked about last time. I pay 4 requisition. I pay.
Oh,
4.
you actually want to do that?
Yeah, it's to be hilarious. I pay 4. I pay 4 command points.
Oh, there we go.
There
I have my statue. I made it a little bit more bronzy. I wanted to go more bronze, like a bronze statue.
I could say it's gold. Is more. It actually looks a little bit more gold to me.
It's a little more shiny right now. It'll die down the shininess once it dries because I put the orange wash on it to give it like a rust effect. So, and now we got this boy.
Probably do the next episode, right?
If you're gonna call it, we can do it. I can do it next episod.
Unfortunately, that's really all I have.
I can work on building my I can start working on building my knight too, because that's something I gotta do. I haven't had a lot of spare time to actually sit down and do a lot of hobbying. The latest thing I just did, because I wanted to, was I rebased all of my Necrons that were completed. So that was fun. That took a lot of time.
I remember you talking about.
So I rebased them. I finally bought a cabinet to put all my finished products in, so I got them in there. And I put all my finished products in there, and I still realized I still got a lot of shit to fucking build and paint.
I was like, yeah, that table, the thing wasn't very full.
Yeah, well, I had a little bit more to it since you last saw it. But he's going to be going in there because once I get him done and I glue him in here, and then he'll be posted up in there. And then I'll build the knight. I have a Hive Tyrant from a year ago almost that I still have to build. And I got the Creature stuff from Creature Caster that I got. I have to put them together. I finally got a case of fucking super glue, so I can put those together.
But how do you think I did, Kyle? Any thoughts, concerns? Even though I kind of flew off the seat of my pants this one.
No, I like talking about the worlds and stuff, and then I know a couple people who were asking about the worlds and stuff and everything. So I mean, it's nice to know about them.
I do want to go into more detail. Especially, I want to do more detail I want to do a full episode on Hive cities. So I want to spend some time researching about them. Figure out like different like things. Talk about like the vulnerability, the middle class ish, lower Hive.
I'd like to get more to know about like just like the way life is in the Imperium. So like the average citizen, what he what you expect for work, what do you expect to like happen and whatnot. Like obviously you got your good, you got your bad, you got your your different classes if whatever they have, stuff like that.
So I do one thing I do want to add on to this, like a little bit of addendum. Majority of life in the Imperium is not as doom and dark as you think. A lot of it is pretty much how we live today. That's the majority of like worlds, because the majority of worlds are those industrial worlds about, where they produce just like your modern day amenities, and they just ship them off. And then they just live like how we do: go work 9 to 5, do your work, go home.
Yeah,
that's the majority of it. But then again, the squeakiest wheel gets the oil, which is all those dark, depressing fucking hive cities, agri worlds, mining worlds. God, I didn't even go in the fucking penal worlds. Those are a fucking big goddamn fuck you to life.
The jail worlds.
All right, fuck it. I got time. I don't work tomorrow. I'll do a quick little amendment on the penal worlds.
Okay.
So, Feudal Worlds, they are so a lot. Here's a good example. Say a mining world literally mined everything they possibly can out of this planet. This actually happened. The administrator will then go to this world and say, "Good job, you are now a penal world. Congratulations, you are all in prison." And then they'll start shoving in all their waste of society criminals, and then they will just go in there and mine the dregs.
Just on an
They will,
empty world.
yes, on an empty world. You will then work 20 hours a day and have 4 hours of rest, eating, sleep, and then go and fucking mine again for another 20 hours. You will have just enough food. Okay, imagine the gulags. Imagine, never mind, I don't want to say that. Imagine the gulags. Imagine just constant manual labor, day in, day out, no sleep, little food, get to work. That is a penal world. And if you by some chance survive it long enough, and also those born in a penal world are fucking inmates themselves. So talk about that.
Really?
Yeah, if you are born in a penal world, you are then crime of, and then are then sent to work at the age of 4 to do the same exact thing your parents are doing.
Hey, little Billy, I know your dad was a piece of shit. You're in jail. You know, you banged this woman. Now you're in jail too now. So enjoy.
Yep, you are guilty of the crime of life at that point.
Wow.
And if eventually a lot of them are then actually volunteer for penal battalions because they get slightly more food, and they believe it can't be any worse than being on a goddamn penal world. So they are then given the most hazardous of tasks, given sometimes nothing but sharpened stick. Okay, so Kat, you're in a penal world for 30 years. You were just given just enough food to not starve to death of that day. Probably you're gonna starve to death in 3 weeks. But today you have just enough food to survive. Barely enough food to do any of your work. So you're constantly you're in a net negative unless you go to goddamn Geneva out of starvation to go corpse. You are then given an opportunity of joining a. You will be given food as payment. Will you accept? Probably yes, because you haven't eaten in 3 days. You haven't eaten in 3 days, pretty much. So you are then taken in. You are handed a sharpened stick and told to go charge that Tyrannus war.
A sharpened stick.
Yes, here is a sharpened stick. Go stab that Tyrannid. So you can buy it. So then, therefore, they'll spend too much time eating you that you're the Imperial. Jesus. Or here is a flashlight and a pistol. Go climb in that tunnel and go shoot gene stealers.
Go shoot gene stealers.
Oh, and by the way, we're gonna put an explosive collar on you so that if your commissar believes you are not fighting hard enough, or if you just would do it for the fucking giggles, he'll blow up your fucking head. Yes.
Fun.
There you go. There's your dark depressing for the fucking day.
Yeah, definitely sounds like it.
Yep. There you go. Like I said, there's probably I could probably do another fucking goddamn worlds of the Imperium I haven't been able to get to. Probably if I do more some research, I'll find out some more stuff on the other worlds I talked about, and I'll probably even find some more worlds to talk about. Because I gotta remember, the Imperium is a fucking empire of a million worlds. There's no way I can do it justice.
God damn.
But you want to keep going for a little bit, or you good?
I'm good to call her for now, if you're ready.
I'll say. I did an hour and 15 minutes. I think I did all right.
We got our hour.
As Kyle gets the last fishy touches on his pillar.
It's starting to get my actual assassin going now. You know, might as well. But yeah, that's it. That's our lore show. This has been our episode on some of the worlds of the Imperium. Obviously, according to the Magos here, there's a lot more that can be done.
Very much.
But hey, thank you guys for sticking by and watching. You know, if you guys like it, go ahead and leave us a follow. And if you want to help support us, you go ahead and you can subscribe now. That's something that we can do now. So
yeah, we're finally Twitch affiliates. Yay!
in fealty of the God Emperor,
Too
our
early, Bob.
undying Lord,
Doing the damn
by the
outro.
grace of the Golden Throne,
Exterminatus me already.
I declare exterminatus.
But yeah, go ahead and send us give us a follow. Turn a little bell on or whatever the fuck they call it. Join the Discord if you want to see memes and chat with us and whatnot. And it's not the most bopping Discord, but yeah, I like the fucking memes that pop up there. And I love throwing memes up there.
Oh my god, the fucking memes are hilarious.
And if you get some good ones, we'll put them in our meme slider. I gotta update that here soon too. And yeah, if you want to help support the show and stuff like that, you can go ahead and you can subscribe, and it helps us out and helps me afford paints and the Magos afford fucking microphones, as you can hear him cutting it out constantly. And yeah,
It's your fault for shoving me in the fucking closet. Give up my legs.
Also, for the YouTube viewers, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the videos, send us a comment, let us know what you want to see in the last video, or what's your favorite Imperium world. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Lastly, we do have a sponsor. I haven't talked about them in like months. Yeah, we are sponsored with W Energy. So you need some energy drinks, whatnot. I know they just restocked their starter kits. So you get like the shaker with a couple flavors, or whatever it is. But if you use the code Art of Lore, you get 10% off. So that's cool.
I will highly recommend their peach tea.
I have their peach tea. It is awesome.
I will say it.
All right, Bob. Have fun at work.
Amazing.
Yeah, he got called into work today. He was supposed to be on the show with us, but it happens.
Anybody we can raid?
Scrapper's on.
Oh, let's go raid him.
All
Raid
right.
and pillage.
I don't know what Scrapper's working on, but I'm sure he's working on something.
Let's go raid their system.
Yeah, let's go raid his world over there.
I want everybody to say, everybody who raids, scream blood for the blood god.
Blood for the blood god.
Oh god.
Oh boy, oh boy. But all right, that's it for now. We hope you all have a good day, have a good night, whatever. And yeah, we hope to see y'all in the next one.
Thank you everybody for joining. Glad we're able to do this again because I said, like last time, we couldn't make it. So it was nice to see you all again. Got to talk about some stuff. I actually got to be the fucking lore master for once because Bob's been doing all the Space Marine chapters.
He has been, yeah.
Oh, and also those of you who were here, apologize. We will do Dante as soon as we can.
I thought we did do Dante.
We did the Blood Angels, but he was going to do a deep lore dive into Dante.
Ah.
Yeah, Dante, the oldest Space Marine who is not in a dreadnought.
Oh, okay, I got you. But all right, everybody. I hope you all have a good night, good day, whatever it is for you, and we will see you in the next one.
Thanks, everybody. We're just gonna wait for the raid thing to finish as we continue trying to fill the time in that it's doing.
Nope, I'm pushing the button now. Goodbye.
Oh, okay, there. Bye.